If you're hitting the road this summer for a family road trip, let's try and get you organized so you save a little bit of stress. The idea of hitting the road, packing everyone in the car, and exploring the countryside or really any place that you haven't been before sounds so nice, right? Except then you're in the thick of it and you have young kids. I was dying! And you're like, why did we do this?
It's been like 15 hours.
It's been 15 seconds.
What?
My family currently drives a smaller SUV.
Is that what the dads do?
We got it when I was pregnant with my first child. And since then we've grown. We've grown by another human and a pretty large dog. So we are really out of room in our car, but it's not time to buy a new car, right? So we gotta wait. We gotta wait till this market calms down. Do you drive a 2-row or a 3-row? What are you working with? Let me know in the comments. The first thing I want you to do is give your car a solid clean out. Look under the seats, pull out all that trash, give it a good vacuum.
Oh my God. Do not show that.
Not sure what.
There's applesauce.
By starting with a clean slate, you know what is in your car, where everything is, and that just helps you set yourself up for success because there's not a bunch of stuff that shouldn't be in there, taking up valuable space, right? All those old wrappers, the crayons, everything that's stuck in between the seats, get them out of there.
It doesn't have to be perfect because let's be honest, your kids are probably gonna destroy it again. But just do the best you can.
You want to maximize every inch of that car. Once you've cleaned out your car, now's the time to start thinking about what you need to put in there. Suitcases, obviously.
Obviously.
But also you're gonna want a cooler, you're gonna want a trash bag, you're gonna want stuff to occupy the kids. So you wanna be thinking, how can I make this easiest on myself? Take the cooler, for example.
So what I love about this one is that it's soft-sided, so you have a little bit of room to kind of maneuver it around. You stack it up, zip it closed, and then this flap opens so you can just reach in and grab whatever you need. It's easy access. And it goes right there.
I found this one at Costco last year probably, but I'm sure they still have something like it, or you might be able to find something like it at another store. Then in the back seat, I like to create a little kids zone.
Ow, 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 ow.
I have a small little bin that I can stick between the two car seats, and inside of there I pack colored pencils, crayons, whatever they're into, coloring with those days, a few new coloring books. I either hit up the dollar store or the dollar spot at Target, kind of see what's new. My kids love anything with the characters. You know, we're really into LOL Surprise right now. We're also really into Super Mario, so I try to get what they're interested in, get them something new so that they are excited about using it on this road trip. Fidget toys are great. You can buy a really cheap pack on Amazon and it comes with all different sorts of things. And if it breaks, that's fine. It at least bought you a few minutes on your long road trip. In that same vein of thought, when you're thinking about ways to occupy your kids, we all know kids reach a threshold of car time and they start melting down. I like to wrap up presents, keep them hidden so they have no idea that they're coming, and that's when you just chunk them in the back seat. Hey, look, I got a present. So you buy yourself time by having them unwrap it, and then you also buy yourself time because they are excited and they're talking about it and they're distracted from whatever boredom they were feeling right before, and then they have a new toy to play with. So this really came in handy for myself when we were moving from California to Oklahoma. My kids were 1 and 3 at the time, and I did it solo.
Ouch.
So it was really on those long stretches, especially on day 2 when we had been in the car already a long time the day before. That's when it really came in handy that I was able to say, hey, look, distraction, and throw it back there. And they made them happy. It bought me some time. Another way to easily organize your kids' stuff is to put back of seat organizers. I found several on Amazon that I really like. It just has a bunch of pockets and stuff to hold their stuff. So if you've got a tablet, there's a spot for that. You can throw a few snacks in there. It's easy for them to reach and grab themselves. Maybe some wet wipes, water bottles. Really, the list is endless, but this just makes it easy and it gets it up off the floor. And it's also a visual for them. They can see whatever it is that they might need in that moment. Now, parents, I want to think about you for a little bit. The console is a great space to kind of tuck in things that maybe last minute things even that you kind of forgot about packing, but the console is a great space for easy reach things. Things like charging cables. And I also like to put them in individual bags. You're creating kind of a file system within your console. So when they're in their own bags, you know where all of your charging cables is, you know where all your charging, oh my God. So when they're in their own little bags, you know where all of your charging cables are.
Yeah, all right. Woo! Yes.
This is also a great place for first aid things.
I've got Band-Aids, little Aquaphor, some Neosporin. That's all gonna go in here, and then we'll plop it right into the console.
I also have put, what else have I put?
Beer.
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 You wouldn't stay cold.
I love that's your first objection. It won't stay cold. You keep that in the cooler.
That needs to be in the cooler, easy to reach.
I'm obviously kidding.
Oh my gosh, police are gonna get called. If you are eating on the road, I love this handy trick that I have seen a few different places. You kind of create your own snack crate. And I see these bins all the time in the Target dollar spot. They're meant for, you know, classrooms or crayons, arts and crafts kind of things, but I love it for fast food stops. It's big enough to put a little drink in, maybe a little French fries, and then they can also hold their burger, their chicken nuggets, whatever. And if they get sauce sprayed out of their little packets, they have a place to go. Hopefully the goal is to not let all of that mess take over your back seat. They have a compartment to keep it in, and also it helps them balance it on their lap. So try that and let me know if it works for you. Also important to keep handy, I usually keep this up with myself if my husband is driving, but a trash bag. My kids will eat a snack and then throw it on the floor, but now they know to, hey, just go ahead and hand it to mom, I'll keep it all in there, and then when you stop to fill up with gas, you can just toss it and you're cleaning it as you go, and it doesn't become an overwhelming sensation of trash and clutter everywhere. Now let's talk about your trunk space. This is where you need to think about the order of how you're going to use things. I know it's kind of tempting because you want to put your larger items on the bottom typically, but if you are going to be digging through a suitcase for a swimsuit for a random stop at a hotel, to jump in the pool really quick, keep that up high so you don't have to pull everything out of your car. If that means packing a little side bag and keeping that handy on the top, then great.
This bag has swimsuits and sunscreen, and just in case we need it, it's gonna go right on the top.
It is an extra bag, but at least you're not having to completely unload your car and shuffle through all of your stuff and honestly getting disorganized along the way. This is a great place to also utilize some plastic bins. Let's say you're going camping.
Why would you do that?
This is a great place to put your paper towels, your toilet paper, that sort of thing, because you don't want them crushed, so they need a little barrier between all the other stuff in your car, but they are tucked away and you're not gonna need them until you arrive to your destination. Smaller plastic bins also work well underneath the kids in the back seat. If you do need toilet paper on your road trip, they're at least under there and they're not gonna get stepped on and crushed. So that's an easy place to kind of tuck that away as well. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but this is your reminder to charge every electronic that you plan on taking with you and make sure that there is stuff downloaded onto the kids' tablets. I cannot tell you how many times that we have left the house thinking we were good to go, and then my kids turn on their tablets and they start yelling in the back seat that mommy forgot to do such and such. Just download the things ahead of time. Charging bricks like this one, this is an old one, but Rav Power brand. We keep these in the glove box or in the console with the charging cables, and it really helps just in case we run out of power. Emergency situations, always keep these charged and handy. Hey, if you are interested in more kids organizing tips, I've got another video. Just go ahead and click right there to watch it. I want to know where you're going this summer. We are always down for another road trip, so let me know your favorite spots, and also let me know who is going to be driving the furthest distance this summer. I want to know. Happy sorting.